Green River Bluffs Trail. It is 1.3 miles long. Please remain on developed trails. I know there are snakes. So, and they are poisonous snakes on this trail sometimes. So you just have to kind of be aware of that. But here's where you're going, and I'll try to keep you posted of some of my favorite places along the trail, and just kind of show you the different ways to go, because I know a lot of people get confused on this trail. So I'll keep you updated. This is one of my favorite trails. It's a beautiful trail. It's a beautiful day. Sun shining. There's no people out here. It's very quiet and peaceful. Just to get away from everything. Relax. Sometimes I come for exercise. I can walk this trail when I'm wanting my exercise. I can walk the whole trail in 35 minutes. That's going fast and not really enjoying. And then there's times I come and walk it slower just to take it in and enjoy it. I always think there's something so intriguing about the roots of a tree. The deep part that you can't see is the part that matters. You will see, and you want to watch out for those little stobs. Most of them are not painted orange. And when you're walking and enjoying the view, instead of looking where you're going, you will trip over those. But this is a beautiful spot. There's usually never water running down it, but I guess if you had enough rain there would be. But it's just a beautiful place with some big rocks. It goes down to the river. You can either turn right and do the whole trail, which is what I'm going to do. Or if you're tired at this point and just want to do a short, you're done. So I'm just going to show you. You would have come down through there. Either way, you'll come here to this sign pointing up, and in the background, way up there, I don't know if you can see them in the video, but there's some steps way up there. So anyway, you'll go and you go up those steps, and that'll put you back up at the visitor center. Or if you're like me and you love to walk, you will follow the sign that says Green River Bluff Trail, the River Dixon Spring, half mile. So I'm gonna take you down this one. When I get down to the bottom, I will show you what's down there. All right. I love these big trees, and you cannot appreciate it unless you're actually here. Don't bother it, don't interrupt it. It's got all the pretty moss growing on it, and it goes and goes and goes. Wonder how many people's walked past that tree.
There's a Dixon coming. Going into
another beautiful tree with all the little initials in it. And yes, people, it is considered illegal. But I'm sure some of them was from way back. I think there's one that says maybe 96 or 86. There's some true love. Wonder how many of those relationships are still a thing. What do you got? Oh no. Oh, little froggy. Little froggy. Hi, you little fella. And sometimes things are so ugly that they're just pretty. Like that poor little tree there. It's still beautiful. It's got some scars, been through a lot, but it's still doing its job. Okay, and then had I turn to the left, and I'll show you where I'm at. I know a lot of people that come here for the first time get confused on all these little turns, which way to go, what leads where. Oh, I love this tree. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, so here's your sign right here. This is where I just came from. And so if you were going the other way, it leads up to the Dixon Cave Trail, and the picnic area is 1.4 miles from this spot. It'll take you back to where I began the trail. So you can go down there, that's where I was just showing you, and then turn left. Well, there's two ways when you get to this point. You can either turn left and go up to the River Styx Spring Trail, which leads you back up to where we started. It's just a different path. You can go up here and it takes you to the Echo River Spring. Okay, you can tell everybody loves this tree. This is it right here. This is the tree of trees in Mammoth Cave National Park. There's a little path that goes down. I have to give it a hug. How big it really is. Yes, I do have a thing for trees. Can't hardly walk by them without stopping and really appreciating their beauty and their strength. My next favorite tree, another one, such great strength and beauty. Goes and goes and goes before you get to the first branch. Look at that beautiful sun. Beautiful day. You got this little bridge that walks out for a view to the water that goes down under the cave. I'll show you. This is what they call the River Styx. We kept seeing that on the signs, and we're there now. It's actually what we're going to look at. And you can see their flood marker on that tree where the floods have got up and they used to measure. I don't know if you can see it very well from here. There's that. There's a little place here to sit if you need a break at this point, which I usually never do. I like to walk. An underground river emerges, so there's a little bit of information on that you need to read. And here is what we came to see. Don't know how much you can see, but the water dripping down off the rocks, running in under. It goes up to what they call Sunset Point. And you can go up there and there's benches that you can sit and actually watch the sunset, which is a beautiful thing to do. I would advise anyone that comes to definitely take advantage of that. But today we're going to go this other trail, which is going to lead back up to where we started. It's just a different, we came down over there and it just kind of comes around and then goes back up. Okay, and I most want to say at about this point is when you're going to start feeling, we're at the top of the gravel road that came up, and when you get to this point is when you're going to really start feeling that cool air from the cave, and it is amazing. We're getting there. I'm going to show it here in just a second. Going up the hill to it, we're not hardly there yet, but you can already feel the cool breeze, which is amazing. You really appreciate it on a hot day. Okay, and then when you get right here, and this is where the entrance, you're gonna see this. There's our center point too, but you're gonna turn to the left to go back to where we started. If you took the paved path, you would go back up to the actual visitor center building. And if you turned to the right, which you can tell I'm out of breath, I just climbed the big hill. But if you turn to the right there at that little fence, you're gonna go up and you would be at Sunset Point. And actually one day it was quite interesting. Came down here one morning when there was no one around, and don't ask me how in the world, but bye. So one morning we come down here, me and the kids, and I don't know if you can see it yet, but at the very back of this is the entrance that stays locked. And somehow there was some people that had got in the cave. I'm not lying, I'm not making this up. And looky there. Oh, it's so pretty right here. I love it. But when you get back here to the end of this, which it's worth just walking down here, you do not have to have a ticket or anything to just walk down through here and walk.
It's scary.
And walk to, yeah, sometimes it's so dark back here, especially late in the evening, it does get a little bit creepy. We got little lights. It looks like little candles. But what was so interesting is we got all the way back here to this metal gate, and there was actually two people locked inside trying to get out. They said someone had told them on their cave tour that they would be able to get out up here. So they was trying to exit at this point, but it was locked. I couldn't open it to let them out, so I had to go and try to find help. But they were locked right there, and I don't think that would have been a very good feeling. And we were very of the few people that was out that morning, so I went and found help and told some of the park employees, and they got them help and came and let them out. So anyway, this is going back up. Sometimes I like to run it and run up the steps. So when you leave that little entrance, you will start up to go back to the way we came down, or to get back to where we started. You'll go up here. And there's our little sign, Green River Bluff Trail and Dixon Cave. So we're just gonna go back up here, and it'll take us back to the picnic area. And now we are at the end of the trail, and this is where you will start to go up those steps that I showed you at the beginning when I said if you came around, if you was tired and wanted to make a shortcut, that you could come over here and go up these steps and you would be done. So that we're back to that point now. If you turn to the right and go up these steps, in case you love going up steps like I do, you can run up the steps and look and read the little sign. There's opening to that. And then this is a sign up here that's information on the bats, which is really cool and really interesting. The Dixon Cave is a safe winter haven for Indiana bats, and it tells more about that. And then here's all the different bats of Mammoth Cave and a story about the night flight. So that's really interesting. Indiana, it says the Indiana bats. I guess the bats like to come to Kentucky. I don't blame them. And if you have trouble with stairs, you're gonna have a little bit of trouble here. You could always go back around to where we started, which is right over there when I began the video. That's where we came to that point. So if you didn't want to do these steps, it's gonna be a little bit of a walk, but you can go back around and go back up just like we came down. Or you can come over here and run up these steps and you'll be back at the picnic. Okay, so I made it up, and this is the place I was talking about. You could start. We started over there, and you come out here, and then there's just a little trail that cuts across back over to where we parked. So I just wanted to run up here and show you all the picnic shelter that I love. We've had lots and lots of good memories over here at this picnic shelter. It's one of my favorite places to hang out with the family. So I'll show you that real quick. So you have the woods with the picnic tables and the grills all out there under the trees in the shade. And then you have the little pavilion if you prefer eating under a shelter, if it's rainy or if you have a lot of people and want to have it together. Like I've had parties over here before. But I mean, if it's not, you don't have to pay or anything to come over here and just use it. We always build a fire in the little fire pits. Sometimes we bring our own little cast iron grill and cook. Hopefully I'll do a video of that at some point. Sometimes we just set it right there on the hearth and cook. Sometimes we build a fire and just sit around it for peace and tranquility. And then there's sometimes I like to just get out here. There's a perfect place to hang your hammocks. You can go right there between those two trees. You stay in the shade. You have a beautiful view of the trees. While the children play or whatever. It's a very pretty place. I'm sure you're familiar with the grills. Same as had a lot of the parks. But it's just the grills that you can cook on. You can pick up sticks a lot of times laying around, or you can bring charcoal, either one. It's just your little average grill that you can raise or lower the grate. You cook on and have steaks, burgers, hot dogs, whatever you like. And this is a beautiful place to come and take family photos. We have done that before too. So I guess that's all for today. Hope y'all enjoyed the video.